Hi guys, Judy here. Okay, this is part 2 to my video, and I'm in the house now because I had to be near my computer to finish what he's told me, because I have to read something to you. But so he's in the car just talking about how wonderful he thought I was, and I just knew I really had nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? Like, of course we do. We do. When we are obedient to God, we are taking responsibility, and that's a good thing. But the way he was complimenting me, I mean, and this is how he compliments all of us. He sees us through the shed blood of his son, so we don't have to focus on our imperfections. And I know a lot of people, a lot of the bride, my calling is to minister to the bride, so this is a bridal video, and a lot of the brides still beats themselves up, and you needn't not do that. You needn't do that. Come on, Marty. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. He's coming for you. And you're spotless because of what his son did on the cross. Okay? It wasn't because you did everything right today, because I certainly didn't have a perfect day, but he's going on and on about how pleasing I am to him. Okay? And I've known that. I've walked in this grace for a while, but just to hear it like that was amazing. I've never heard it like this before. But I do believe what the scripture says, and I spent years with the Lord, him healing my heart and teaching me how to live and teaching me to receive what he did, so that it, to take myself out of the equation and focus on him and empower him, and not to beat myself up. There's many of us that beat ourselves up for not being perfect, and some of us have it worse than others. And my thing was, I just wanted to be perfect for him, and I wanted to be perfect everything. Perfect mother, perfect wife, perfect teacher, perfect. And, it's just disappointing when you're not, and that really weighs on you. And the Lord freed me from all of that. And when he took me out of church, he fell on my son in 2013. He took me out of church 3 to 5 years before he fell on my son. He told me to leave the church institution, like the building church. That's all I was a part of since I was like 17 or 18. So it was weird to do that. It was hard. It wasn't hard because it was him, but it felt strange at first. But now I would never go back. And I'm not. And if you're in one, great. You just have to be obedient to where God has you. And he told me he wanted to teach me things. And one of the things he made me do is I had to quit going in my prayer closet. I had to quit worshiping like I used to do. I know this sounds weird, but my religious habits got in the way. He wanted to go deeper with me. So your religious habits are good. Don't criticize yourself for them. But he wanted to go even deeper. So he wanted me to stop all of my little religious things that I would do, which are beautiful. You should have patterns and habits. You should worship the God. I used to worship him for an hour before I would even think of talking to him, I mean, I had all these things I did that I liked doing. They were fun, and I knew he liked it. And but he wanted me to stop all of that. And I know what he was doing. I didn't know it at the time. It was weird, but I was obedient, but it was weird. But he wouldn't let me worship him, and I'm a worshiper. I'll do it for hours. He wouldn't. I would turn on music, and it was just, couldn't do it. And I still can't to this day, hardly at all. I can do it, but only when he allows it. And it's just a thing that he did with me. There's a purpose for it, okay? So don't, listen to me and then say, oh, I'm going to do what Judy did, because you want to be led by the Lord, okay? Anyway, so he was stripping me of any religious ritual that I would have, and he wanted to go a little deeper and get a little more authentic. I'm not saying you're not authentic if you have religious habits. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying what he did with me, okay? He told me, take me out of your prayer closet and bring me to the ball game with your son. I want to go sit in the stand with you. I want you to take me everywhere. I don't want you to relegate me to speaking in tongues. I don't want you to relegate me to just your prayer closet. And I don't want you to relegate me to just your worship time. I want you to take me out with you to the grocery store, while you're cooking dinner, while you're hanging with your son. I want to be everything. You and I are one. And I had little compartments where I would put God and where I would put me. And we do that in our life, you know. And the Lord wanted to be a part of all of it. He wanted to go to yoga. He wanted to go to cycling with me. He wanted to be in every friendship I had. He wanted in everywhere. And in order to do that, he had to get rid of where I used to keep him, in my prayer closet and in my worship times. And no. So anyway, guys, when the Lord did this to me today and told me that he's coming so soon, he said it over and over again. We're going to see each other finally. And I could feel his longing. Finally, we get to be together. Finally. And like, he longs for us more than we long for him. And I didn't really know that until today. I mean, I could intellectually believe it. And I think I've even said it. But to actually feel it for me. And when I say it happened to me, for me, this extends to you, which is why I'm making the video. I didn't make this video to get you jealous and to think you wouldn't be jealous of me anyway if you saw my regular life. Okay, so just anyway, but I'm not doing it to try to say, oh, I'm so great or anything. I'm doing this, and I think you know that, so that you're encouraged, because I didn't really want to share this. It's so personal. I don't want to be taken the wrong way and accused of stuff, and not even that. It's just, anyway, but the Lord loves you, bride. He loves his bride. And he just wanted me to know. He said, can you please tell the bride who I really am and how I really feel about them? And while he wanted me to feel it and experience it so I could make this video and tell you, just in case you haven't. And he will give you the experience too. It's not just I'm the only one that gets it, okay? But, you know, he wanted me to get my son a milkshake. I'm glad I obeyed, because I wasn't going to do it, because I was like, I shouldn't spend the money. Because he wanted to take me on a longer drive before I got home to land on me like he did. Okay, so when God communicates with us, sometimes he communicates through a veil, and you have to figure stuff out, and you're not even sure if it's him or if it's you. And sometimes when he communicates with you, it's very clear, like there's no doubt. And this was one of those no doubt things, you know. And I like when he speaks to me through a veil too, because it's almost like he plays hide and seek with you. You have to seek him out. How hungry are you for me? Are you going to seek this word out? Are you going to go figure out what I tried to tell you? You know. So I like all the way God communicates. But what he did today, it was like he descended in the car, kind of like when he landed on my son in 2013. I mean, he just descended in the car and just. I mean, like I said, if you ever read the Song of Solomon, it was like the rapture song of Solomon to me. It was just, I'm lovely to him, and you're lovely to him, and he's going to do nothing but compliment you up and down when he sees you. And I've had this joke with God, and it's not really a joke. I'm like, I am going to punch you. When I see you first, I've got all this pent up emotion from being here so long. I've got all this pent up stuff. So some days I love you, but I'm going to punch you for taking so long to get here. And I've said that over to him. It's kind of like our joke, but it's not. He knows I'm not kidding. I'm going to punch you first, and then I'm going to hug you and everything. But I got to at least punch you, because you put me in a really tight spot. You didn't come on the third date set. You didn't come, you know, and he knows what I mean. I just got pent up issues, man. So I told him, I'm going to punch you, and then I'm going to hug you. But after today, I told him, I don't think I'm going to punch you anymore. How could I? Just melted like butter. So we joked. He's like, you're not? Like, no, I'm not going to punch you anymore. I'm not going to punch him anymore. But anyway, guys, I'm telling you, he's put me through the ringer for his appearing, and it's okay. And I have a bunch of pent up stuff because I want to punch him for it, you know. And I'm not. And that's holy. I'm not unholy for saying that. I'm just telling you. And him and I joke about it. I'm like, I'm going to punch you first. And you know I am. I'm just going to punch you good. And then I'm going to hug you even more. But he is very good. And he loves you. He loves you and he loves me. And be ready for compliments when you see him. Be ready for rewards. He's going to recount all of the things you've done. And if you're one of those people that goes, but I haven't done anything. He's not just talking about, like, some of you are very young in the Lord, and all you've been able to do is just minister to his heart. That's a lot. Please don't think you have to go do a bunch of stuff for him. Just being in him is everything. He's going to recount how special it is that you spent time with him in a realm of faith where you didn't get to see him, but you believe by faith. And we do see him when we spend time with him, but it's in a veil, it's in a veil. But it's going to be unveiled, guys. The hats are coming off, the veil's being ripped. We're going to see him face to face, and that's what he said today. We're going to see each other. We're finally going to see each other. And he was he's been missing me. He's been missing you. And he cannot wait to see us face to face. Now, there was so much more, but I can't put into words. But one of the things also that happened was he told me the longing and the desires of the things that I didn't get fulfilled here on earth. I've been through 2 divorces. I've had brokenness. I waited forever to get married the first time, so divorce was never a plan. But then to have 2, my life did not. I've had a good life, don't get me wrong. I've traveled the globe. I've lived and done everything I really wanted to do, but not every single thing. I have brokenness. I really wanted a marriage that would really work. I really did, and I didn't get that, and I got engaged before I fell on my son at least 3 more times after my 3rd marriage, and I just couldn't do it. I was like, I can't get married. I just can't do this again. And the Lord really let me know. He just said, he just let me know he had something better, and I didn't know it was going to be the rapture, and then I didn't know there was even marriage on the other side until he told my son, and then I knew that's what he was talking about. Because he told me he had somebody, but then I was like, wait, if the rapture happens, and then I found out there's marriage and children, and believe me, he's going to make all of our dreams come true. But anyway, aside from that, he just reminded me of all the areas that were unfulfilled on earth that I didn't get to fulfill, that were going to be fulfilled. So you guys take heart, those of you who still have things you wanted to do here. Don't worry, it's all going to get fulfilled. I'm telling you, he sees every brokenness, and he's going to make it whole. It's really sweet what he showed me, and he can't wait to do that for me. I just could do nothing but receive all the stuff he was saying. I wasn't going to say, no, don't say that, Lord. I was like, stop it some more, because it was wonderful what he was saying. It was so anyway. Okay, he says that about you too. And then I was just overcome, and then I had to go get the milkshake, and then I got home, and then the Lord told me to get him fries as well, but I was like, no, I'm not going to spend like $8. I just bought a bunch of stuff to cook for the week, and summer's coming, and I got to pay for all these other things, and I was just like, no. But the Lord told me to, and I should have obeyed, because when I got home, my son said, well, I would have liked fries, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I should have. And I said, I'm sorry, son, God told me to, and I said no. So, it was funny. So, anyway, he cares about everything in our life. He cares about the people that we're living with, our children. I live with my sister, I live with my pets. We're here to minister to his heart first, and then whatever we have left over, we give to everyone around us. And believe me, he poured it out. He poured it out today. I told my son when I got home what happened, and he heard me telling Jerry, and I was crying. And then he wanted to know more, and I told him, and it was just really cool. My son was like, yeah, Mom, I know, we're going, it's so soon. And then, but I still can't really adequately put into words what he did. Okay, I could just feel it, and I'm giving you that gift that he gave me right now. And then this guy named Dennis Watson commented on my video that says the title is Rapture Time. I think I did it like less than a month ago or something. And this is his comment, and I couldn't believe how it lined up with what God showed me today, his longing and desire for us. So Dennis, thank you for commenting on my video today that I made a month ago or so. I encourage everyone. I think I will copy and paste it onto this video. And he